Hello everyone, Ace here, and today we are back with another Ace Impressions, this time having a look at Fallout: The Frontier. This is a recently released mod for Fallout New Vegas, and one that a lot of people have been really hyped for, and I can actually see why. But actually, let's go ahead and jump right in to show you just what exactly this is. Alright, so we're loading in. And yeah, the best way to describe this mod, it's practically a new game in its own right. It is a genuine total conversion, with a whole bunch of new weapons, a whole new map, and some other stuff, but we'll be getting into that. But the frontier itself in this game is actually Portland, Oregon, of all places. And it's turned into an Arctic hellscape of sorts. Alright, so we are now in. So I'll go ahead and actually show you some of the new features. First of all, let's actually have a look at my character. You might notice a few new things. First of all, shields are now an actual thing in this game. So that's one new armor slot. There's also a second in the form of a cape or backpack style of armor slot. So you could fit out with a backpack to get more weight. Or you could get the ghillie suit here, which offers more charisma, and there's a few others, I'm sure. So that's right off the bat two brand new features. As you can tell, also the map itself, like I said, very different from what you would expect in, say, Fallout New Vegas. This has urban areas, it also has forests, but it is for the most part frozen and all that, which is fitting to the theme, I'm sure. Another new feature, which we are actually about to see, vehicles. This is an enemy vehicle here. Now, I will admit the game is a little bit janky. I mean, to be fair, Fallout New Vegas was a little bit janky in the first place. Alright, so I think it is time to pull out a doctor's bag. And while we are at it, we will equip something to deal with the car there that's shooting saw blades at us. Okay, that's not quite doing it, but for now, I guess I can go ahead and take out these infantry here. Alright, now let's go ahead and, well, we can actually use our melee weapons to deal with that, so we will. Although this being a vehicle, it does have a lot of health, so this might take a little while. And it'll obviously damage us, but I've got plenty of equipment. Alright, let's go ahead and just deal with this. And he's down. Perfect. Yeah, I think it's time to use another doctor's bag, unfortunately. Alright, so we'll get that just so we can prepare our stuff a little bit further. I think we're good on that. See if there's any goodies in the buggy hulk here. Jerry can, which we can actually throw after picking up. The saw disc, which it was using to shoot at me with. And let's go ahead and heal up a little bit. There is one thing also I should mention, aside from this mod being really janky, it also has a habit of giving you tons of supplies on every single enemy you down, which is something that you'll notice isn't really in the original Fallout New Vegas for balancing issues. So you'll be running around with tons of ammo and stim packs and all that. Alright, so the harpoons there, which I'm pretty sure is vehicle ammo, but I could be wrong on that. Now, you do, like I said, get your own vehicles as well, and you can find some roaming to pick up. But those are kind of rare. Looks like there's more enemies over here. Actually, let's pull out the kukri so we can show off the shield in action a little bit. Some of the enemies can be also real bullet sponges as well at times. There's one called the Wendigo, where you really do have to pretty much rely on critical hits from your melee weapons to actually take it out. And these are actually fairly common. And they also hit like a freight train, too. Okay, I got hit by something else again. Alright, so we got that dealt with. Let's go ahead, heal up again. And let's see. Okay, we are kind of good enough on that. I'm actually in a little bit of a problem here, so we'll heal back up again. Grenades. I'm pretty sure those were grenades or something. Or not. Looks like Legion? Nope, just regular scab. Okay. But they are being equipped by the Legion, I'm pretty sure, because you'll see Legion weapons on these guys. Such as the Toothless here. Also, another thing, the weapons actually... You'll also notice little effects here and there, like the weapons showing blood if you've killed an enemy with them. Which is a nice little touch. Yeah, see how much equipment I keep getting off these guys? So... that is something that is a little bit, well, balanced. That's a little bit of a weird balance choice. Especially when you get it on these guys that don't even use anything other than the good old-fashioned, well, fist weapons that they've got equipped on that you can't actually equip yourself for some reason. But I will. I mean, to be fair, it could be because their hands are much bigger. That does actually make sense, so. Yeah, what do we got here? Some more of these guys. Alright. I'll just take him out. And did I miss? We'll just finish these two off, and we will be able to continue on our merry little way here. So we got ourselves a new perk, which I think might actually be new to the mod. Because I've noticed there are mod-specific perks here. Another thing I will actually show you real quick, because I do think it is really interesting. Let's actually go to an area where there are some NPCs that aren't trying to kill us. But first, let's heal up. And now that we found that, we'll go ahead and head over to, I guess... I have been looking a little bit around this map here, so... we'll go here. But yeah, something you'll notice is, and I do think is a really nice touch, even though this is a fan mod with zero budget, they actually managed to have actual voice actors. Whoops, let's actually head out of here because this is not a good time of day. We'll just go here. But anyways, as I was saying, so as I was saying though, they've even managed to voice the small bit piece NPCs in this mod, which is a really nice touch. You don't usually see something like that in a mod like this. So that combined with, and the voice acting, let's actually have a look at some of it here.
A new face in the Green Fairy? two categories. Local or merc? Which are you? I figured. You're way too confident to be a local. I'm Isako. I'm also a merc. See ya.
So, yeah, she has voice. Okay, sometimes they do have the he has nothing to say to you thing, but it's not that. But I've also seen plenty of cases where even small characters will actually say stuff. So let's actually see if this guy over here, who's probably a nameless NPC, says.
I wish Blackthorn would give us more downtime.
See, even he's a nameless NPC and he's got dialogue, which is nice. So there's that, and there's plenty of other stuff in this mod as well. I did mention vehicles, so let's actually show you one of the vehicles that I did actually get a hold of through quests, working with the what passes for the NCR or the Frontier NCR. Yeah, on that subject, let's talk about the factions. There are 3 major factions you can side with in this mod. The Frontier NCR, which are NCR deserters, basically. You also have the Legion, which is mostly made up of northern tribes and all that are associated with Legion, but they do actually have official Legion support. Then you have the Crusaders of Steel, which are an offshoot of the Brotherhood of Steel. But they've added in Mormonism for some reason. I'm not kidding. But yeah, so as you can tell, let's go ahead and get over to our vehicle here. The tank here, which I know is going to take a little bit because we are running there on foot and all that. I do wish the fast travel points were a little bit better suited for where your vehicles are parked and all that, but hey. As you can tell, it is very janky. In fact, to point that out, although it has a flamethrower as well. And ammo for both weapons, which is interesting. But you also have a way to repair your vehicles as well. So if I go out and, for example, pull out the repair a thermic lance, I can repair the tank. Although it's already pretty much fully health anyway, so there's no real reason to do that. But you can actually use the fast travel system with vehicles, so it will allow you to, for example, travel, I don't know, we'll pick this area. I'm pretty sure one of these areas here, Burnside Bridge, this looks like a good place. We'll probably meet some enemies here. But yeah, if the main problems I would say that do exist with this mod is, well, 1, it is pretty janky. 2, it is, well, pretty janky is the first problem. 2, it is crash prone. I guess you could consider that to be part of the jank, but it really is crash prone, just to let you guys know. And then thirdly, there is the fact that trying to set up this mod is a little bit tricky because there are a lot of other mini mods that it relies on. They are not very big, but there's so many that I can see first-time modders having issues trying to get this thing to even run, especially given that you have to go to multiple sites. For me, I ended up just getting this from, most of this from Nexus. And I do believe they have a ModDB page as well. Okay, this dude is not an enemy, so we'll leave him be. But I'm pretty sure there's enemies up here we'll go ahead and deal with. But yeah, there's those 2 problems. I've also noticed there have been some frame rate slowdowns weirdly, but restarting the game simply seems to fix that. So it is probably just me playing the game that long in one stretch. There's some other cool features in this mod as well. For example, you'll see I've even seen, for example, the Legion riding around in cavalry, and these dudes just off themselves by accident. Yeah, also the AI can be a little bit hilarious in this mod as well. But otherwise, at the end of the day... Oh, enemy vehicle. At the end of the day, is this mod worth your time? And I do genuinely think it is. Enemy vehicle. Ease down. And by the way, with the vehicles that aren't tanks, I have noticed that they can actually run out of fuel, which is interesting. So you do have to buy fuel supplies. But like I said, I have actually seen the Legionnaires even riding around in cavalry, which is really interesting. And you can also run dudes over. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good stopping point. There's other stuff as well. So I believe I've heard that you can pilot aircraft in this later on. And I do know there is a lot of content. Something like, from what I understand, each of the 3 different campaigns, whether you go with the Crusaders of Steel, the Frontier NCR, or the Legion, each of them has a pretty lengthy campaign. I think the NCR might actually be the lengthiest. I've heard something like maybe 35 hours, although that might be a typo or something. But it is, from what I understand, quite lengthy. But anyways, let's go ahead and exit out. Oh yes, I should also mention one other thing. The NCR campaign in particular, although from what I understand, although it could also affect the other 2 campaigns, has a bad habit of being scripted, which can, for this type of game, cause even more stability issues, and I know for a fact it has with this mod. So another case of keeping that in mind. But like I said, overall, it is very easy to see why people are genuinely interested in this mod. And now I'm fighting a Yao Guai with a tank. Okay. Alright. So yeah, like I said, this has been Ace, and I go ahead and head out now. But yeah, this has been Fallout: The Frontier. So definitely worth having a look if you already have Fallout New Vegas. And yeah, this has been Ace. I hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.